All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. I want to review my trade right here on CAD and explain how very simple this trade was. If you don't know by now, I trade using simple price action patterns that can be levels of support resistance with combining price action confirmations. It can be reversal patterns, continuation patterns, or even candlestick patterns at them certain levels. When it comes to my trading, I use my levels of supply and demand, support and resistance as where I want to enter at. And then I use the confirmation. It can be the candlestick, the double top, the reversal patterns, continuation pattern, whatever it may be. I use that as my reason why I want to get in. So seeing this right here, you can pretty much easily distinguish that CAD JPY has been in somewhat of a range, right? Going down, coming back up, going down, and coming back up. And that's also how I was able to get back into my entry or to find another entry on this given pair. I just simply look to my past, right? I saw it here, straight rejection to the downside. I saw when it came back here once again, straight rejection to the downside. And simply every single time price action has came to the same exact past level of resistance, it has fell to the downside. So all I pretty much did is when price action came right back to the same exact level, I was simply interested, right? Because I knew that if it came to that level, it was either going to fall back down as it did, or it was going to break that level, pull back, and go up. This is why for me, trading is very, very simple because you only have one or the other direction that you can go for. So you really only have two different choices, and it's up to you to find out which direction just simply makes more sense. So when price action came to this level, and I can replay it for you, you can see exactly what happened on this trade, right? When price action came to this level, I'm just simply waiting, right? I'm waiting for my reason why. I already know where, as I said before, right? The level of support and resistance is always where I want to enter at. But once it gets to that level, I got to figure out why I want to go for a sell or why I want to go for a buy. So in this case right here, it came right back to that same level of resistance. Once it gets to that level, if it gets off rejection, right, it can be a bearish engulfing, right? It can be an evening star, right? Anything like bearish confirmation, I'm going to use that as my reason for getting into the trade. So as time is just simply going on, right? I'm not doing anything yet. I'm just simply waiting. I'm simply waiting and see what's going to happen at this level. And then all of a sudden, I saw this right here in that morning. So yesterday morning, around like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning is when I found this trade. And it was very, very simple. Or excuse me, it was February 1st when I found this trade. And it was very, very simple when getting into it because price action is a very easy way to look at the market. You don't need indicators. You don't need RSI and Fibonacci and all this EMA lines and all that stuff. To me, my personal opinion, it really just clouds your chart and makes you kind of mess up or overthink what you should already be doing. It's only your buy and it's only your sell. You do not have to overthink this process. So once I saw that evening star form in the morning on February 1st, right, I said, okay, this could definitely fall back to the downside because a evening star confirmation is a bearish candlestick patterns that's telling you sellers are now going to get right back into the market. And this already being a strong past level of resistance, I just simply knew that it had a high chance of falling to the downside. So once I saw that evening star around 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning, I got into my trade, right? I sold it simply after that evening star and I had my stop loss above the level. And I was looking to this level for at least that TP1, right? I was trying to use that level for at least that TP1. If it went beyond that, then so be it. It's extra money for me. But I knew that this level, because that's how the range been playing out, right? Back and forth between this level of support and this level of resistance, right? So I knew what two levels as far as take profit and my entry being that it was in a range going back and forth. So I got into my trade just like that, went for my buy. And as you can see, right, what result happened at the end of this trade. And it just kept on falling to the downside. But just look how simple that trade was. I did not have to overthink it. I did not have to do anything like that or use a bunch of different methods to get into this sell. I just simply saw the past level of resistance, simply understood that it can go down or go up, right? But if it stayed below that level and gave me bearish confirmation, I knew I was going for a sell. So I'm using my same level of resistance and then combining the different confirmations to distinguish, do I want to get in for a sell or do I want to get in for a buy? And plain and simple, right? You knew you're not buying this unless it broke above, pulled back, and then that would have been a buy. Because it didn't do that, I knew for sure, more than likely, I'm going for a sell. And this right here has been the perfect trade. And this week has definitely been a very heavy fundamental week in the market. So you do want to take your time and make sure you are not over trading or just entering the market for any given reason. Even today, we have NFP, which is a very big fundamental day, the first Friday of every single month. This news is released. So we got to make sure we are looking for meaningful, profitable trades, not just trying to make profit, but looking for things that just simply make sense. And this right here, simple, easy entry. And as you can see, it fell all the way to the downside for over 135 pips. And that right there is really all you would need, even for a single week, to make a lot of profit. So really hope this right here help everybody out, guys. And I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.